Greetings. I'm James Chaz Chavez, the owner of Northwest Sound Healing, a music and sound therapist, and a sound scientist. You may ask, what is a sound scientist? Well, first off, let's talk about what is sound. Sound is what we experience when frequency and vibration interacts with our consciousness. Sound is very unique because it has the ability to affect us on the emotional level. We know right away when we put on a song that we love on the radio, we tend to turn it up and start singing along and our energy picks up.
I got that old school beat with that new school jive. We rock that old school beat with that new school jive.
Versus maybe a song or a genre of music that isn't so pleasing to our consciousness. We tend to kind of get tight and close up and turn the station right away. We also know that sound has the ability to work on the nervous system, i.e. you slam a door or somebody honks the horn out of nowhere and you see the nervous system jump and go into a fight or flight state. In reverse, you also see sound when people tend to play very calming things, like when a mother seems to hush and calm her baby by using her voice. We see a very calm and collective state happen to the nervous system. We also see sound being used in science. And the science looking at sound as resonance and how that works in the acoustical aspect of the body. And we can see that most commonly done by how they use ultrasound to break up a kidney stone. And now we're also seeing different types of ultrasound being used for cavities and for working with clearing out different types of blood clots, etc., etc. So sound scientist is somebody who understands the capability of sound and how to use it in a scientific way to create a change in the physical dimension. So the tools that have been used and are being now even created for the field of sound science is so broad and so beautiful, it can captivate your imagination. We can think about the ancient societies like the Mayans, the Egyptians, Sumerians, the Celtics, the Dogons, and how their main aspect of running and using their society was sound. It is very important to understand that a lot of these cultures not only use sound as in using their voice and maybe playing an instrument like a drum or a flute, but also created some of the most unique and largest architecture on the planet that actually interfaces with that sound, i.e. sound scientists. So they can go in and play these musical instruments that they created inside of this architecture. And it's like being in the most brilliant amplifier sound system where it amplifies every frequency. So the human that's listening to it not only hears it in full definition, but actually feels it completely through the body. This would be called a full immersion experience. And some say this can create transformation, not only on the physical body, which has been scientifically proven, but on the emotional and spiritual body, letting you have out-of-body or maybe altered experiences. Now, are we doing this in modern times? I love to share that we are. We're actually creating new different types of technology. Things such as vibrational sound tables, frequency pillows, bio-vibe tables. A bio-vibe table is mixing vibroacoustic technology, which is the technology of sending frequency direct into the body and turning your body into a speaker. This allows you to not only feel what it's like to be a bass drum or a singing bowl or a didgeridoo, but also for your whole body, every organ, every cell to actually get rearranged and retuned by this sound. But we don't only do that, we also mix electromagnetic pulsing. Electromagnetic is one of the most powerful forces on the planet that uses masculine and feminine energy together to create a balanced, full spectrum healing. We see that planets put this off. We see our sun puts this off. We see some of the most unique things in our solar system put off an electromagnetic current and pulse. So sound, we're seeing, can be one of the most effective things to use to really change the physical body, to go in and have that emotional or psychological release, or maybe to go in and tune your energetic body so you can really feel what it's like to be, AKA a superhuman.
I said, wake up, we did it again. Another day breathing, we got out of bed. The earth is alive now. The birds in the wind, the river is flowing. The hustle is dead.
Now we're starting to see this in our society. We're starting to see it in our local communities. We're starting to see sound healing, vibration, all these different types of things coming out. Why? Because it works. It took a moment for people to have the experiences with sound to see that it really worked. And then to share that, like, hey, I had this experience with this sound table, or I had this experience with this music therapist, or I had this experience with this sound, way it be doing it yourself or by a singing bowl or a drum, and it actually made a difference. The same kind of difference than maybe if you were to take a pill or if you were to do some type of other therapy work. Letting us know that music and sound and frequency can be and is just as effective as some of these other therapies that we're seeing in our society. So we're seeing it grow more and more popular because the fact that it works really well and it's actually very accessible. So what are sound scientists of the future gonna do? We talked about sound scientists now, we talked about sound scientists of the past. What are sound scientists of the future gonna do? I see sound scientists being one of the most universal and powerful ways of working with the human body, because we can get out of language, creating a huge transformation. And it doesn't have to be in English, it doesn't have to be in Spanish, Japanese. It can literally just be in a sound that's universal, that anybody can understand, that doesn't challenge anything. And so because of that, we're gonna keep seeing different types of technology and people perfecting how to use science, our nowadays science, which is computers, building things with different types of pre-programmed music, and really unifying it all together. As a sound scientist, I just want to take a moment to appreciate all of the beautiful souls and people that have donated their life and energy to creating peace and unity through sound and music. We can think about Bob Marley, we can think about Albert Einstein, we can think about Cleopatra. These were all amazing people who used sound for healing. There are so many teachers of sound and science out there. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? The change is happening. The sound is now. I invite you to join the vibration as we all use sound science to restore, balance, and regain confidence, love, and health in our mind, body, and spirit.